What's going on guys, Glassman here, and today I am covering free game number 1 from the games on offer from the Epic Games Store this week. In this video I'll be covering Hyper Light Drifter, whereas Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden will be covered in another video. So we'll start off with the minimalist about story that you're given. In the opening cutscene, backed by some moody electronic background noise, we see the protagonist going through some kind of apocalyptic event with these 3 big boys seemingly dying. Thanos snap anyone? After that it's Doberman time, and then our caped friend is seemingly pulled into the darkness, Kingdom Hearts style. So none the wiser to what the hell is happening, the screen fades to black and our hero wakes next to a bonfire. Seem familiar? Anyway, after jumping off the edge and coughing up some strawberry milk, I started my adventure into Hyper Light Drifter. On first proper look at the world, Hyper Light Drifter pays homage to 8-bit and 16-bit games, and is considered by its lead developer, Alex Preston, to be a combination of The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past and Diablo. So let's talk controls. It took me a while to get used to the dash. The idea is that it gives you more mobility and lets you reposition easily, though as you saw earlier near the bonfire it can just as easily get you killed if you don't pay attention to where you're dashing, and where your cursor is placed. I didn't realise about cursor placement till later, and even when I thought I'd figured it, I still screwed it up from time to time. After slicing up my first enemy and grabbing some health packs, I thought that was pretty easy, and shortly after I found a pistol from the body of this guy at this shack. So now I had an arsenal that consisted of a long range gun for distance fighting and my energy sword for area attacks. I found 3 more enemies to test my new gun on and then moved on. Working through the world, I had a definite sense that something is corrupting everything, and that some kind of technology appeared to be taking over the world. I spotted a couple of these mech suits, and shortly after this point, was thrown into some kind of Kingdom Hearts-esque darkness again. I'll not cover the cutscene that ensures, but I ended up waking up in a mysterious house. Upon leaving, I saw that I was in what appeared to be a techie yet archaic looking town. And with further exploration, I found a Pathfinder lookalike, this cat lady, and finally this mouse man. Real talk, I had no idea what I was doing here. I think it was a shop. The few friendly NPCs you encounter give pictorial snippets of story, and a lot of the time I couldn't decipher what they were trying to tell me. It was like asking for directions when you go abroad. At this temple, for this particular NPC, the conversation was pretty easy to figure out. For boss, go there. But getting myself there was something else. Up until now, the enemies I'd faced were manageable, but they soon got relentless. Groups of enemies started to swarm me at once, and combat became brutally fast and punishing for any mistake I made. You need to figure out what is happening and you need to figure it out quickly or you will die. The difficulty is intense, yes, and that's coming from a Dark Souls advocate. I didn't even manage to get to the first boss, but don't get me wrong, this game definitely has Dark Souls vibes, but I would say that this isn't a game I would continue now, as it seems to require a fair bit of my time to master. And with the backlog of games I already have in my daily life schedule, it's not right for me as of now. That being said, this game is free, and if you're the kind of perfectionist that loves mastering these ass-kicking types of games, then I definitely recommend giving it a go. Free is free after all. But for anyone who doesn't really have the kind of patience for these games, or who maybe just want to kick back with a more casual kind of experience, maybe give this one a miss. Anyway guys, that'll be it for this video. Do you guys like these kinds of games? Like I said, I'm in love with Dark Souls and the challenging aspects that come with it, but this seems a little bit too frustrating for me. Or maybe I'm just used to the Souls-like feeling gameplay these games usually have on offer. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Video on Mutant Year Zero Road to Eden is coming soon. Until then, stay glassy, love you, bye.